Good afternoon. I want to welcome everyone to our Strategic Corporate Allies Product Showcase. So for those of you who don't know, our Strategic Corporate Ally program supports CLA's mission in our advocacy, our education, and innovation to strengthen the industry, help advance our members' businesses, and prepare the next generation of laundry professionals for the future. So just a couple housekeeping things before we get started. So one, this program will be recorded and it will be posted on our YouTube channel. Probably I would give it till tomorrow until it would be posted on YouTube. So in case you need to step away or go back to a particular company to see their demo, it should be available tomorrow. During the program, each of the companies is going to present for about 15 minutes, and then we'll open it up to questions. So at any time during their presentation, go ahead and put your questions in the chat box, and we will get to all of those. All right, we are going to get started with our first presentation. So we have Tony Viz. I think I'm pronouncing that right, who is the Sales Development Manager at Alliance Laundry Systems. All right, I stopped sharing, so Tony, you should be able to share your screen.
Right.
I can let you know when we can see it.
It is not allowing me to share at the moment.
Do you want me to pull yours up?
Yes, I believe we will have to do that if I'm not able to.
No problem. There we go.
Okay. Well, good afternoon, good morning, wherever you may be. What I want to talk about today is our Speed Queen Insights program that we have, and I'll just give you a quick overview of it. If you want to go to the next slide, please. Before I start, I just want to give a background on myself very, very quickly here. Anthony Viss, Sales Development Manager with Alliance Laundry Systems. I've been with the company for 19 years. I spent 6 years in our operations, 3 years in our service and technical support side of things. And then the last 10 years I've been in sales, doing multiple different things. Right now, my current role is a Sales Development Manager. So what I do is I manage our commercial sales team for our central region, but really what's inside of our central region is our Midwest, our South and Southeast regions. And I handle all the brands, so Speed Queen, Unimac, Hitch within those territories. And I just wanted to note on here as well that I was a multi-store owner for 9 years. So what I'm going to show you guys is something that was incredibly beneficial for me. And quite honestly, I don't know how I would have been a multi-store owner without this. Okay. So, just as a beginner, the introduction to Insights, Alliance Laundry Systems, we're very innovative and we're always doing everything that we can to kind of stay ahead of technology. And we're trying to make sure that we have all the tools that you guys need to manage your laundromats. So really what I'm going to go through here is just talking to you about the cloud-based systems that we have. All right. So we ask sometimes about the economy shifting to mobile adoption, e-commerce. So we have done a lot of studies, and the economy is clearly shifting towards cashless transactions. It is giving you the power to purchase a little bit easier. So if people have their cell phones in their hands at all times, and this is something that allows you to start machines with your cell phone. You also have the ability to do some customer differentiation. Offer something that your traditional laundromat might not have. And being able to also stay connected with your customers is going to give you long lasting relationships. There's a lot of things that you can do, different ways that you can connect with your customers through our insight systems. Thank you. Okay. Another thing that we just wanted to point out here is, we did a study and we found that 94% of customers said they would be willing to use some type of a mobile wallet if they could earn rewards on it. So this is just another driver of why we would like to, continue to go down the path of mobile payment with loyalty programs that we can have. It's definitely something that's going to drive customers towards your brand satisfaction and having them use the Speed Queen insights. Next slide, please. All right. If you want to hit enter one more time. So really, what is Speed Queen Insights? It's something that allows you to do a scalable ownership and increase profits. It's easy to access mobile payments and machine control. You can really manage your business from anywhere. Again, this is where I go back to. I was a laundromat owner, and I was really able to manage a lot of things from my business anywhere just when I ran into issues. And then you get all your business tools in one place. The key features of this, just going to read them off here. We have the cloud-based reporting, which is obviously going to help you connect remotely. You have all the data that you need, within the cloud. Some of the key business drivers are we have state-of-the-art dashboards, advanced analytics, and automated error reporting, which I will attempt to go into. I don't know how it's going to work right now with the difficulty that we're having, but we'll do our best to get into it. Customizable features, from basic connectivity to full suite offering. We have all of the solutions that you need, which we'll show on a future slide coming up here, and I'll show you how it's customizable. And then integrated systems. We're able to just integrate our app right into the machine. Our insights is integrated, all, Speed Queen branded or Hitch branded, whatever it may be. And, it all operates on one integrated system. So benefits for store owners here. Store management obviously is a very, very big one. Try to go into it a little bit more in depth here so you can see how you can manage your store. The work-life balance. Again, this is one that I think is very, very big. I think of one time on my kid's birthday. It was his 5th birthday party. I had a laundromat that was 60 miles away, and I had an issue. And my wife she did not want me to go down to that laundromat. So I was able to resolve an issue that I had over my app on my phone, actually. So it created a better work-life balance. And I think it can create a work-life balance for everybody having systems like this. Everything is remote control, like I said. So you don't need to go there. You can fix a lot of the issues from your phone or your computer. And then again, we can drive customer relationships with something like this. Being able to touch the customer, getting a quick resolution to their issue that they have, being able to do it on your computer, tablet, or phone, or whatever it may be, just really helps with the customer relationships if you're not able to make it to the store. Some of the benefits that we have for existing owners on this is we're able to monitor, manage, track all wash, dry, fold orders, depending on what systems you have. You can remote start machines wherever you may be. You can delegate tasks to staff members. So it might be, if you have pickup and delivery or something like that, you can use the system to help manage something like that. You can manage security roles for your employees. So if you have a service technician, you only want him to see things service related, or if you have an attendant that you only want to be able to start, stop machines remotely, not view your full reporting, see, the revenue and whatnot, you're able to set the security roles there to see what they can see. And then the role assignment, which kind of ties into that as well. You're able to, just set the roles per employee that you have. Okay. Now, when we're looking at this here, where we talk about we have a full solution, in the upper left-hand side of the screen, you're going to see the owner app and portal. This one might be a little bit tricky to show you a little bit more in depth, just given what we've got going on, but we'll try to walk Danielle through it. So on the upper left-hand side, you're going to see the owner app and the computer. So what you can really do is you can log into the computer, you can log into your owner app again, and you can manage your store remotely with those. Then we've got the payment app. Now this is going to be the app that end user installs. They walk into the laundromat, they will see signs hanging up that says scan here, or on each machine individually, they have the option to download the Speed Queen app on their phone, and they can enter their information and get moving along to start a machine. And then we have a CRM built into the owner portal as well. And what this really allows you to do is capture any information from your customers, and you can send something out to them. We can do email blasts to them or something to that nature. It might be, hey, we haven't seen you in a while. Come back, do your laundry. We'll give you reward points or half off wash, something like that, to that nature. We can also integrate with a POS system. We've partnered with Clean Cloud, and Clean Cloud POS right now we can integrate so you have a point of sale. Then on the bottom left, we've got a value center, and the value center is really for somebody that is not comfortable using a credit card, and they want to use their smartphone and get rewards possibly. So what you can do is you can just simply put cash into the value center, and it transfers cash over to your app. And then the payment center is another one. If you want to go to the next slide here, Danielle, hit enter one more time. Okay, thank you. So go back one time. Okay. Benefits for a customer with something like this is you're able to pay with cash. You're able to pay with credit card. You're able to load cash onto an app. You can create an account with a smartphone. You can save cash value, and you can earn rewards. So no smartphone is needed here whatsoever. And the way that it really works is it's a kiosk that goes into the wall. There's a touch screen on it, and you're able to walk up to the touch screen and select whatever machine you want to use and pay for it right there. And you can do your add-ons, so on and so forth, right from the payment center. Okay. If you want to hit enter just 2 more times here, this is just I wanted to show you there's reports that we have available, and it is an array of different reports, which I can try to attempt to show you here, but we can get them. We have 3 different level packages. There's a bronze, silver, and a gold package that we have available. So you can get all of these reports underneath those particular packages as well. Okay. This is where it might get tricky. Can you try to click on that, on the iPad looking thing for me? Did it possibly bring you to another screen and open something up, Danielle?
Sorry. Yes, and it's asking for a username and a password.
Is it Alliance username and password?
Yeah, it says at the top says Alliance Laundry Systems, and then it just says username and password, or at the bottom it says ALS employee login.
Okay. We unfortunately will not be able to do this then. I won't be able to log in and do it. I apologize about that. I can try one more time grabbing the screen if that's okay.
Sure. I'll stop sharing quickly.
Okay.
You try again. See if that works.
I'm going to try something here with my monitor. No, I apologize. It is not going to allow me to share it.
Okay. I'll go back to where we were at.
Okay. Okay. Well, unfortunately, I apologize. I'm not able to show you the demo, but what I was going to do here, I'll try to explain it the best that I possibly can. We were going to go into a website here, just a demo tool, and there's different buttons up on the top that you can click on. There's a summary page, and in the summary page, it's going to give you some detailed reports. You can select different date ranges inside of there to pull reports. It will give you on this main summary page here how many machines or how many turns per day your machines are doing. It will show you revenue by machine, pretty much every detail that you really want to dig into. You can collect information from the machines. You can extract the information out of the machines if you want to change your vend pricing, and you can put your vend pricing back into the machines. Kind of all within that area there. There's a locations tab on there, which lets you put multiple locations into it. So it would be if you have 5 laundromats, you can put them all together inside of this and just select the laundromat that you want to look at. The machines tab is very useful. What it does is it gives you an overview of every single machine in your laundromat. It shows if they're ready, if they're active. It shows if they're out of order, whatever it may be. It'll show you what's going on with the machines there, and you're able to actually stop the machines there as well, and select reasons why you may have had to start or stop the machine. It might have been a slow drain, it might have been an out of balance load, whatever it may be. But you can start your machines remotely, or you can have a tenant start the machines for you and track why they had to restart a machine. There's a customers tab on there. Customers tab is really going to capture all of your customers that you have signed up for the Speed Queen app. And then there's an employees tab, and inside of there, what you can do is you can go and you can set roles, for what your employees can see and what they can do with inside of there. There's a couple other things that are below, like the charts and reports and alerts. So reports, there's just a lot of different ones that you can set up if you want to have them emailed to you directly, or if you just want to have a report generated quite frequently to see what's going on in the store, if it's revenue or whatever it may be, or if you have some nuisance errors and you want to start to track that a little bit, you can set stuff up so you can get reports and see what's going on. And then subscriptions and alerts inside of there as well, just to be notified when things are going on inside of the store. If your coin boxes are full and you want to set up alerts that, hey, my coin boxes are full, you can set up an alert that will come to you and say, coin boxes are full, time to go to the store and collect. Go ahead to the next screen. Okay. And then the owner app as well. I was going to do a demo of this really quick, but we can just kind of read over it real quick and look at it. So with the owner app, you're always getting customer engagement. You can view and search your customers' records right from your phone. You can look at things like peak times. If a customer has an issue, they can contact you directly from the app. You can see transaction histories, easily adjust any account balances and rewards that you have with them, and the revenue tracking. You can see the financial health of the laundromat. You can track the rewards. You can view all of the data. If you look at the picture that's shown on the left-hand side of the actual app right now, you're going to see there's a day thing and there's a week and a month on there as well. So there's different there's different views that you can do. If you just want to see how is my store doing today, you can click the daily one, or if it's weekly, you want to see what it looks like, or monthly. It's also going to show you in red and blue just a breakdown of what kind of payment you have. So if you, in this particular store, it's showing that 63% is app usage and the rest is coin inside of there. So it gives you just an overview of kind of what's going on. You're able to kind of click into it and get a little bit further on your phone inside of there as well. Now, there's one thing on this that, again, I think is very, very important. And down at the bottom of the app, there's a small machines button. And if you're able to click on the machines button, it's going to give you a list, again, of every single machine in your laundromat. And you can do a couple different things from that portion. You can clear a vend out. If you're looking in your store, maybe somebody had a partial vend, you want to clear it, you can clear a vend. You can do rapid advanced starts. So a customer has an issue where maybe the machine didn't spin out properly. Customer can call you. You're able to go onto your phone, hit start machine. Right in front of the customer, the vend price will go away on the machine, and they're able to hit start, and you can start the machine remotely for them. And this was the demo tool that I was going to go through, but unfortunately, I will not be able to go through it here. And then I just wanted to go over tiers real quick of insights that we have. So there's 3 different tiers that we have. There's bronze, silver, and gold. So we have a bronze version, which is free to anybody. You do not get mobile payment with it. You get the 24-hour Monday through Friday software support, and then you'll have data availability for 3 months. So when we look at the reports, you're only able to go back the 3 months and pull up revenue for 3 months with the bronze package. And then the silver package, this one starts getting a little bit more in depth. You have unlimited data availability compared to only 3 months availability. And then when you have our gold package, you're able to get mobile payment and all the other payment methods associated. We can use those, and you get 24/7, 365 support on that. And then you also get availability to the CRM system, which again is just something used to capture the customer's information so you can send rewards to them and so on and so forth, and reach out to them with anything. All right, with that, thank you. I apologize for the technical difficulties that we had, but thank you. If you have any questions, please let me know.
Okay, so yes, thank you, Tony. So if anyone has a question for him, you can go ahead and add that to the chat. And I would imagine, since you couldn't show the demo today, that they could reach out to you. If you, maybe Tony, want to put your email in the chat. If they want to see a demo, they could reach out directly to you.
Absolutely.
All right, while he's doing that, we are going to move on to our next presenter. All right, and so our next presenter. There we go. We have Brendan Restano, who is a loan officer with Eastern Funding. So I'm going to stop sharing. And then you should be able to share now.
How's that look?
Yep, looks good.
Other than that ugly person in the bottom, left-hand corner, it's a great slide. So, good morning, good afternoon. I am Brendan Restino with Eastern Funding. Please, at the bottom of the page is my contact info. If you have any questions after everything I go through today, I can, please send me your info. Can definitely direct you to the right loan officer here at Eastern and help you with your financing journey in the laundry business. So Eastern Funding was started in 1997. It was started by Michael Faber and Brian Grell. So Elton John and Jewel were topping the charts. The English Patient was winning the Oscar for Best Picture, and Michael and Brian were starting on this journey for lending to laundromats. Since that time, we have loaned over $3 billion, that's billion with a B, to individuals just like yourself who are on this webinar. We really do like to get to know you from your beginning of your laundry journey as you're looking to acquire, all the way up to maybe you're looking to sell a laundry. We will finance everything in between, and we'll go over all of those financing options on this call today. But our main goal, and what I really appreciate about Eastern and working here, is that they really do love working with entrepreneurs to help them build their business in the laundry space. It's very rewarding to meet people who are looking to buy their first laundry and then looking to maybe retool that laundry, using that equity in their business to buy their second laundry, helping them grow, and then eventually sell their laundry. So I'm going to talk about very briefly 6 different financing options, and I'm really going to break them down into kind of 5 categories for you today. We have acquisitions, whether that's your first acquisition or your 10th, your new store development, building it from the ground up, equipment retools, maybe you've been in your laundry for a couple of years, you're looking to buy some new equipment, refinance, and what that means, what that looks like, and then looking at laundromats with the property. And there's really 2 ways that we can do this at Eastern. So acquisition finance, I'm going to break this into 2 buckets. The first is if you're acquiring a store as a first-time buyer, never been in a laundromat, what does that look like? And then also someone who's a veteran in the business who's looking to buy maybe their second, third, fourth, 10th laundromat. So if you're brand new into the business, we have an acquisition checklist that we will send you that goes through everything that we'll need to start the underwriting process. And working with new time borrowers is great because they're excited, they're engaged, they want to really learn as much as they can, and we guide them through the acquisition. What do we look for? We look for utility bills in the existing laundromat. We'll look for tax returns from the seller. We'll also like to see any kind of P&L that the store may keep, the make and serial number of the equipment, and their VEN pricing. That gives us a good idea of what is this store doing. Laundromats, very much like the housing market right now, are very popular. We get acquisition requests all the time. And part of that is, buyer beware, make sure to go and do your due diligence in buying the laundromat. And we really do help guide you through that process. We also hope that you're working with a local distributor, someone you partner with, so they can run demographics for you, do pro formas, and help guide you as well through the process. Now, if you're an existing laundromat owner and you're looking to acquire another store, there's different options. We require the same information from the seller, but as the buyer, you can use equity in your current store for the down payment. As an example, if you have a store with very low debt and it's worth $500,000 and you need $100,000 from that store to put down on a new store, we can help guide you through that process. And that's where the down payment amount really does depend on the experience, but it also depends on the market you're looking at, the term, and excuse me, and also as you go through the process for the down payment, making sure that the loan to value works, because we really don't do this for practice. We want to make sure you can pay back the loan and you're not stretched in the laundromat. Now, say you want to build a brand new store from the ground up. You found a building, and this is your dream. We can finance that as well. Making sure that you can be working with a local distributor partner, that they run demographics for you, a pro forma. There's a different set of criteria for the financing of a brand new build, but we can again help guide you through that process, making sure that as you go through this, that you have the funds available to pay the contractors, pay your equipment supplier. When you're looking for a ground up build, you will have items like drain troughs, maybe bulkheads, some electrical work, some work to begin on the site. We can help fund that along the way, or to step financing. So you need a third down for the contractor, we'll give you a third down, then another third and another third.
Brendan, I don't mean to interrupt you. You're breaking up a little bit. I don't know if it's the what you're speaking into. Sometimes you're crystal clear.
All right, let me see here. Do I sound any better?
It's a
No?
little choppy.
Let's see.
There we go. That was good.
That was good. All right.
Yes.
It's my soft, dulcet tone voice. It's my radio voice. Must be that. All right. So after you've acquired your store, maybe you've built your store, you've owned it for a couple of years, we have an Express App program for veterans in the business that allows them to do a single-page credit app for up to $500,000 in vended laundry equipment. I believe it's the highest threshold for a single-page credit app in the industry. You submit the app, a copy of your driver's license, and the equipment proposal signed, and we will work with you to get you the financing to retool your store. It's a very quick and easy way to retool your store with some of the great technology that you'll hear about today. So if you're a current owner and you're looking to retool, this is a very good financing program. Again, if you want to refinance your store, guess what? We can finance that. Looking to refinance to put equity into your store, maybe you're looking to do some tenant improvements. Maybe you don't have wash, dry, fold and you want to add it. Maybe you want to go and purchase another store that's down the road, buy up your competition. You have low debt. We can refinance the store to take cash out for you to be able to buy this store. We've done this many times. It's a great way for current store owners to become multi-store owners. Maybe there's a building down the road that you want to now build your dream store. You can talk to us about refinancing your current store. And then finally, maybe you took out a loan with another lender to buy your store and the rate is high. let us take a look at it and we can see if we can save you some money and improve your cash flow in this store. Now, if you're looking to do a laundromat and own the property, Eastern Funding can provide mortgages on commercial buildings, but there's also a SBA 504 program, which is a great way for laundromat to buy the building for a minimal down payment while also amortizing the real estate out longer than a normal commercial loan. And that's the SBA 504 program, which allows industry experienced individuals who can put 10% down and then finance the remaining 90%. How does this work? Well, the SBA takes on 40%. You put down 10%, and Eastern will finance the remaining 50%. The interest rates on this are also very low right now. They're in the mid 6% range. You blend that with Eastern's rate, and you could be in the mid 7s for an interest rate. It's a wonderful program. It's different than the 7A programs that you may see at your local banks. Eastern does not provide 7A loans. We do provide 504 loans. The 7A loans are variable rate, while this is a fixed rate. So if you're looking at a laundromat with the property, this is something to talk to your loan officer about, because it is a fantastic way to, one, keep some cash in your pocket, but two, reduce your interest rate, and three, do a bigger project than you may have done originally. With that, if you have any questions, here's my contact info. If I'm not the loan officer area, I'll be more than happy to pass the information.
So once again, does anyone have any questions for Brendan about Eastern Funding financing? Is it just one? Oh, yes. Question is, by equity, are we talking building equity or sales history, cash on hand and equipment?
For the equity portion, if you own the building and you want to tap that equity, we can do that. But we are talking about equity in the business. So your sales history, cash on hand, equipment, we'll look at that, find out how much equity is in the business, and then be able to do a cash out refi for you. The big thing on cash out refis is just make sure you have a use for the funds. We always say to people, it's not for you to go and take a cruise with it. It is for a specific business purpose. So.
Okay, he said thank you. So you answered the question. Any other questions for Brendan before we move on? Okay, great. Thank you, Brendan. All right, we are now going to move to our next presentation. So we have Wayne Lewis, who is the Chief Executive Officer of ESD. So Wayne, you should be able to share your screen. And click share sound.
Can you see my screen and hear me?
Yep, all good.
Very good. Good afternoon or good morning. Thank you for joining. I would first like to thank Danielle and the entire CLA staff for all you do for the organization and the industry itself. ESD is proud to be a strategic corporate ally sponsor for 2025, and this is our first product showcase. Danielle did introduce myself. I am an industry veteran. I've been with ESD a little over 21 and a half years, and in the industry, approaching 39 years this year. A little bit about ESD before we go into the presentation. ESD was founded in 1969 by the late Harvey S. Gitlin, who was the innovator of the vertical coin slide, which revolutionized the payment vended laundry industry at that point in time. The company grew through the mechanical product lines of coin slides, money boxes, service door locks, and accessories. It continued to grow when in 1995, ESD purchased a small engineering firm where the development of the first card payment systems were developed and brought to the laundry industry. ESD acquired the Danel card division from Schlumberger in 2002, and that was the underlying premise for development of the first magnetic stripe card systems by ESD. And growth has not stopped, and when in 2021, ESD acquired Greenwald Industries. So a little bit about the industry itself. According to, I do want to just show you a brief history, a little bit about ESD. It'll give you a little more in-depth knowledge about who we are, what we do.
We aren't hearing sound. I'm not sure if there's supposed to be sound.
There should be.
Leading the industry with
There we go.
laundry payment solutions that meet your customers' needs. Featuring today's innovative technology, PCI DSS compliant solutions hosted on Amazon's Web Services platform, credit, debit, EBT, and NFC mobile payments, Apple Pay, Google Pay, and Samsung Pay with EMV-ready hardware. All systems are UL compliant, as well as wireless systems with real-time access to show you how business is going. And now, with the ESD smartphone laundry app for mobile customers, doing laundry has never been so easy or efficient. All this adds up to more laundry loads for customers, which means, well, you know what that means. Need help? Our engineers and technical support are in-house, which means we're ready to help when you need us. Need innovation? ESD's engineers are constantly striving to find the next great solution to propel your business forward. Need more product? We've got that too. Our inventory is ready to go, so we can get your business up and running in no time. Need reliability? ESD handles the programming and serialization of all the cards it ships. Our card department does all the work in-house to make sure you aren't depending on a third party to provide your ESD smart cards. ESD means accountability, reliability, flexibility, and possibility. ESD means business.
Now, according to CLA, there are approximately 30,000 laundromats in the United States. Roughly 30% of those are card-only laundromat operation, meaning that they do not accept coins as a method of payment at the machine level, resulting the remaining 70% of these laundromats still utilize coins as the primary method of payment. But it is within this sector here that the owners are now, most of the owners are now researching, evaluating, bringing in additional payment methods. Some, the most common, the credit card, but we're now also seeing store loyalty card and smartphone app, providing for up to 4 payment methods at any one given time. It is this sector of the hybrid market where, again, the economies that are moving to a cashless society, we are still seeing that in the laundry industry. A few of those statistics, cash is now used in only 11%, and these are from 2024 retail spending, only 11% of in-store transactions. 81% of shoppers prefer to pay with cards over cash. So when you're marketing this, it gives you another opportunity to expand your customer base, because you will draw in new users who are more inclined to use credit card rather than coins. Almost 215 million Americans, 82% of adults, have a credit card account in their name. And it's been proven that shoppers spend up to 4 times as much when they pay by credit card. This actually supports a lot of information that has been given to us by existing store owners who have added credit card acceptance into their laundries. It comes from, again, not just the new customers, but that fact that they spend differently. When a customer comes into your laundromat with only a finite amount of money in their pocket and all of their weekly laundry, they're going to maximize the use of those machines, packing as much clothes into the machine washers as possible, as well as the dryers, because they may need some of that cash when they leave the store to pick up essentials while going home. When using credit cards, those customers spend differently. They don't have that cash that they're pulling out of their pocket. They will have the tendency to separate their loads, utilizing more washers. They actually utilize the dryers in a more efficient manner, which actually results in that total revenue increase that they do spend more. Consumers are twice as likely to use credit cards rather than cash for any transaction. And 73% of nationwide sales are all from credit card dollars. So again, these US consumers, they're using credit cards over 73% of the time for all retail, both in-store and online, which again supports the app use that we do have. Credit cards are used in 40% of in-store transactions. Again, most consumers. So these all support the going cashless economy, even though 70% are still utilizing coins as the primary method of payment. My chart shows, again, for all retail payments, 40% approximately are credit card based, debit and prepaid cards. Because again, even some of these users who may not have a affiliated bank debit card or credit card, their access to prepaid cards, which are acceptable at the machine level as a form of payment, equate for up to 30%. You do see the digital wallets utilized much more often now. And again, cash dropping down to 11%. This is the perfect complement for ESD's Trident reader. This provides for multiple payment options to that hybrid store owner who wants to maintain coins as the primary method, but add these additional payment options. For all of these applications, coin and credit card. Again, ESD doesn't have a minimum order. You don't have to equip your whole entire store. We've had store owners who've gone through the process over a period of up to 3 years, adding credit card to their machines, adding smartphone app, and then eventually even adding in a loyalty card, store loyalty card. So there's time, and of course, the more you do, the more transactions. It's all going to help your merchant processing fees in the end, that structure. So you can do the coin, credit card, and CyclePay app. That's ESD's version of this mobile phone. You can do coin, store loyalty card, and credit card. Coin, store loyalty card, credit card, and the CyclePay app. or if you wanted to not utilize credit card at the machine level, coin, store loyalty card, PsychoPay app, or just the coin and store loyalty card. And again, these can be done over a period of time at your convenience to continually move your customers away from the coin to additional payment methods. If utilizing a store branded loyalty card, you would need some form of value transfer machine, as we refer to it. The top of the line is the Edge Payment Center. This is our newest model. It is displays and has voice prompt in over 8 languages, touchscreen for attendant use assistance for customers, and it accepts cash and credit, debit, and with the NFC technology, all of your mobile wallets. The Trident reader features, again, it is EMV compliant, so it does accept the chip of the credit card. It'll also accept the contactless credit card, as well as the NFC mobile wallet, such as Apple Pay, Google Pay, Samsung Pay. It also supports our closed loop loyalty cards, both the magnetic stripe loyalty card and the contactless card. The magnetic stripe card, we've actually seen a number of original card store owners upgrade their systems, being able to utilize the existing magnetic stripe money cards so that they don't have to completely recard all of their existing customers. We're able to assist them in migrating the database to the cloud, adding in any additional features they may need, again, without having to recard all of the existing customers. Even with our new contactless card, we have a transfer feature. If a customer did want to transition to the contactless card, we have a transfer feature which allows the transferring of that balance from one card platform to another. And it does support the ESD PsychoPay app. I do want to show you a brief, I'm not going to go into it too deeply, but I do want to show you a brief video on the PsychoPay app. This one is based upon a multi-housing laundry application, but we are seeing the growth within the self-service laundromat area to a great extent now utilizing that app.
Life moves pretty quickly. There's always things to get done, stir, and do. One thing you don't always have time for? But we make laundry simple. Just download our free ESD Laundry app to your smartphone. And voila! No more wasted time running downstairs to check laundry, add money, or see if a machine is available. The ESD Smartphone Laundry app connects directly with your laundry equipment to pay, start, and monitor progress. So as life happens, your laundry happens. Our easy-to-use ESD phone app lets you see how much time is left on your washer-dry cycle, check real-time machine status, and maybe keep your clothes in a little longer if you aren't ready to get them out. All of this and more from the comfort of your home or wherever life takes you. It's just one of the ways we're making laundry, well, less of a chore.
Hey, you look great. You look too much on the side.
Laundry made even easier. The ESD Smartphone Laundry app.
So all of the ESD wireless card systems, including the Trident reader, are all supported through the ESD-hosted mylaundrylink.com website. It allows you to take total control of your laundry, managing all of the aspects, from attendance to your washers and dryers, remote price changes, as well as viewing all of the historical transactional information. And again, we're totally constantly making upgrades to this. And a big thing, we do not I'll answer this as one of the questions at the very end. I do want to thank you now for attending. Please visit ESD at Clean 2025 in Orlando, Florida in August. We're in booth 2449. We will be unveiling a new product payment device, which will be the most technologically advanced in the industry. We're very excited, and I believe you will too. I'll now move to any questions and answers, but I've actually preempted 3 of the most frequently asked questions of me from the various distributor shows and open houses that I do attend. So I'll start it off. Does ESD use a proprietary merchant processor? Yes, ESD has aligned ourselves with a proprietary processor. We believe it is the best for you, the customer, as you are the merchant of record. So we're able to handle any of your questions from hardware all the way up through any of the merchant processing questions. Are debit and EBT cards accepted? Well, debit cards, as long as they have an insignia of any one of the major card brands like Visa or MasterCard, those can be treated and processed as a credit transaction. So those are accepted through the Trident reader. When you're talking about EBT cards, they fall under the PIN-based transaction as well as PIN-based debit cards. And for those transactions, you do need an encrypted PIN pad, which the reader does not support. Those type of transactions do have to be handled through the value transfer machines that ESD does provide. So in those units or in those applications, a customer is able to use their PIN debit or EBT card as a method of transferring value onto the store loyalty card. That's another reason why we see a lot of stores implementing the store branded loyalty card as a method of payment at some point within that hybrid application. Are there any hosting or service fees? No. ESD does not charge you, the customer, the owner, for the monthly access to your My Laundry Link website. This is a service ESD provides. Being a developer and hosting the servers and managing them ourselves, we're able to provide this to you at no cost. So I'll open the floor up to any additional questions that you may have. Stop sharing.
I think you must have covered everything because I do not see any questions. So while we're changing presenters again, I'll kind of leave it here if anybody has a question for Wayne about ESD. Otherwise, we will move on to our next presentation is John Kelly, who is the Vice President of Sales at Spyderwash, which is a sedimentic systems company.
Okay, I'll go ahead and get my screen shared there. Can you see it, Danielle?
Yep, all good.
Should be coming full screen in a second.
Yep, you're good.
Okay, perfect. Thank you very much, Danielle, for including us in this presentation. As Danielle said, my name is John Kelly. I'm the VP of Sales with Sedimatic Spyderwash. I've been with the company now for about 8 years, and I've been in the industry for about 14 now. And anytime I do a presentation, I always like to start by talking about our company and letting you guys know who we are. So we are a 3rd-generation family-owned company founded in 1968. We work exclusively in laundry payments. So we don't manufacture any sort of coffee machines or vending machines. We're not involved in the car wash industry or amusement parks. All of our R&D money and time is dedicated to making the best laundry payment systems possible to help ensure that the laundromat owner, our customer, our partner is seeing the maximum amount of ROI as possible. Typically, we've always, in my 8 years here, we've always maintained the industry best lead times, about 1 to 2 weeks, and that even includes the pandemic. So I'm sure everyone remembers all the hardships with getting equipment, whether that was payment systems, washers and dryers, getting a new car, getting a new refrigerator. It was hard getting inventory, and a lot of people waited a long time for product. And fortunately for me on the sales side, our ownership group decided to really take a big leap, and we purchased a substantial amount of inventory, over a year and a half more than we usually would at that time, to ensure we had the boards, harnesses, and all components ready to assemble card readers fast and get them shipped. All of our card reader control boards and interface boards are made right here in the US, and the largest sole laundromat owner in the country, as well as every major hotel brand across the country, do use Spyderwash products. And to tell you guys a little bit more about our system, the goal of Spyderwash when it came out in 2009 was to make a payment system that is completely customizable for each laundromat owner. I grew up in Oshkosh, Wisconsin. I spent about 10 years living in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. I currently live in West Palm Beach, Florida. Those are three very, very different laundromat markets. And what works in West Palm Beach may not be the right fit for Los Angeles. And what works in Los Angeles may not be the perfect fit for parts of Seattle. So we wanted to make sure that we had a system that was customizable for each owner to meet their needs. The readers themselves, they'll take any combination of credit cards and debit cards. That includes the EMV contactless and chip insert cards, loyalty cards, both contactless and MagStripe, Apple Pay, Google Pay, and Samsung Pay, all while giving you, the owner, the option to maintain coin acceptance or get rid of it. I would say that the vast majority of our customers do accept coins still and add on the other types of payments just to maximize those options to make sure they're reaching as wide of a customer base as possible. Obviously, in laundromats, creating customer loyalty is very important. So we have some very robust loyalty programs that I'll talk about a little bit more in the next few slides here. But uh, attracting new customers and then keeping them as current customers is extremely important for a successful laundromat, especially in competitive markets. And we have one really cool feature where you can run a free wash program that can be done for your credit card customers as well, if you are not as big of a fan of loyalty cards. With the Spyderwash cards, you can set those up for to help run your wash, dry, fold, or to give out to employees or technicians for any sort of emergency or maintenance program. And the back end of the system has full accountability. I'll go into a little bit more detail on that, but you'll have real-time revenue reports, everything time-stamped and dated. So you can pull up your operator portal right now and see transactions happening at this very minute. And Spyderwash is compatible with pretty much every make and model of commercial washer on the market. In my 8 years with the company, I can think of one commercial washer we could not put a card reader on, and that was a machine from 1976, and it was probably about 25 years past its prime anyways. So luckily for everyone, that customer decided to get rid of that seasoned washer and buy a new one. So if it has a coin drop installed on it, or if it's a prep for card reader model, there's a pretty good chance we can put a card reader onto it. Loyalty programs, I mentioned this a minute ago, but one of the most unique features, and out of probably 9 out of 10 owners I talk to that put in Spyderwash, they say this is their favorite feature that we offer for several reasons. One, it's very easy for the end user to use, and it's automatically enrolled for that end user. So how it works is you can pick a number, for example, buy 9 washes, get the 10th for free. And once the customer comes in 9 times, they'll automatically receive that 10th wash for free. You can do that by machine size or do it by all machines. You can customize it to meet the needs of your store. And what's really unique again is you can do this for your loyalty card customers or your credit, debit, mobile customers, or both. And what's really nice is the automatic enrollment. So they don't have to sign up with an attendant. They don't have to go to our kiosk and sign up. If they want to walk into the store and use their own personal Visa card or MasterCard, Amex card, rather than buying a loyalty card, they pull it out of their wallet, tap it on the card reader, press start. The card reader says 9 washes to go. They come back next week, tap their card, press start, 8 washes to go, and so on. So it's a really good way to offer a reward to every type of customer. If you want to incorporate loyalty cards, you certainly can do that. But we see in the past couple of years a big shift away from away from coin, even in the past couple of years, away from Apple Pay, GPay, and Samsung Pay, strictly to that contactless credit card. And in fact, our credit card processing partner is called Cantaloupe, and they give us a monthly breakdown of how customers are paying. And as of May of this year, over 85% of transactions we process are contactless credit or debit cards, while about 14% are chip inserts, and the other 1% is Apple Pay, GPay, or Samsung Pay. So implementing the free wash program is a really good option if you are going to be a hybrid store that keeps coin acceptance and wants to keep those customers loyal to you versus a competitor. Conversely, if you're in a market where you think that loyalty cards will be a big hit, or if you want to reduce your quarter usage, we have a relatively newly designed loyalty card kiosk. And we updated this at the last clean show. This is one of our newer products from the last clean show. And the big upgrade on this was a new card reader for the kiosk. And the goal of this was to significantly improve the user interface, make it as easy as possible for your customer to use. So they walk up to it. You can sort of see in the picture there, but the first thing they do is pick their language, English or Spanish. From there, they can buy a new card, or if they already have a card, they can add money to it. They can check their account balance, or they can scan a QR code to register that card. And in addition to that free wash program I just mentioned, you can do that for loyalty cards, and you can also give bonus money for adding value to that card. So, for example, a lot of our customers may say every $20 you reload on that card, you'll get a 10% bonus or 25% bonus, whatever number you are comfortable with in your store. With the kiosk, that leads us into a newer trend we've seen more and more over the past 2 or 3 years. And this is a concept that we internally call the modern day card only store. I think most people in our industry, when they think card only, they think of a loyalty card only, where you go up to a VTM, you purchase a card, and then use that in-store loyalty card at the washer or the dryer to start the machine. There's certainly nothing wrong with that whatsoever, but we've seen a big shift in people that want to do that, but they also want to accept credit cards, debit cards, Apple Pay, GPay, and Samsung Pay right at the washer and dryer. So if you're customers who may not have credit cards, or they may prefer buying a loyalty card, or maybe scared of credit cards in general, they can go up to the kiosk and buy a card with cash. They can also buy the card at the kiosk with their credit card or debit card, but the vast majority that want to use their credit card or debit card will go right to the washer or dryer and use their own personal Visa, Amex, MasterCard to start the washer or dryer. This is great because it's another way to give customers more options than just using a loyalty card, but also a good way to eliminate quarters. And one of the main trends we've seen within this model is a lot of people may be going from 100% coin and wanting to slowly phase out coin. So what they'll do is they'll put readers on every machine, and then after 6 months, they'll cover up the coin drops on a third of the machines. And then 6 months later, the next third. And finally, after they've eased their customers into it, then they'll be a true modern card only store. The back end of the system, we have a very robust reporting system that's cloud-based, and you can view from any phone, tablet, computer. There are 15 different revenue reports you can go through, and everything is time-stamped and dated. All transactions are in real time, so if you wanted to see how the store is performing right now at 2:08 p.m. Eastern time, you could see up to the minute how the store is doing. If your laundromat is still accepting quarters, you can set up Coinbox alerts that'll let you know when that Coinbox is filling up. And that's a good way to help streamline your collection time and make your life a little bit easier. You can give refunds remotely directly from the portal, and all of the reports can be exported to a PDF or to an Excel file. And I like to end all the presentations I do. I like to start by talking about our company, and then I like to give a real world case study at the end. So my last 2 slides here, I'm going to talk about the laundry spot. So this is a laundromat in New Hampshire that went from being 100% coin to adding Spyderwash on every machine. So they do coin, credit, debit, Apple Pay, GPay, Samsung Pay. They put in one loyalty card kiosk to try and take away some of that coin usage. And they run the free wash program for the credit, debit, and loyalty card users. And they do what they call the Lucky 13. So buy 12 washes, the 13th is free. This owner tracked the data for us, and in one calendar year, the first calendar year after putting Spyderwash in, they were able to achieve a top line revenue increase of 26% in 12 months. And the usage breakdown, obviously pre-Spyderwash, it was 100% cash, but they are down to under 1/3 of their transactions being cash, while 55% are credit debit, and then just 14% are loyalty card. And talking with the owner, going through the data, with them, we have access to no data. So everything any sort of numbers we talk, this is data offered to us by the laundromat owner. So going through the data, going through how they achieve this, and we've kind of come up with the blueprint for how you can maximize your revenue. I'm never going to tell anyone that I'll guarantee you see a 26% increase, but I think anywhere on the very low end between a 10% to 20, 25, 30% is very doable. And this is really the roadmap of how I see it done. And the number one thing, and it's an issue we have in this industry that I think every person, every store owner, every manufacturer, distributor has wrestled with at one point, is we have a hard time justifying price increases. And the CLA pretty much says that if you were to raise vend prices on all your machines by 25 cents, so a quarter per machine, no matter what size it is, that typically equates to a 5% increase in revenue. We hear a lot of owners that when they put in Spyderwash, they may go up 25 cents on their smaller machines. And if they have 100 pounders, 90 pounders, 80s, in some cases 60s, they may go up 50 cents or $1 on those machines. And it's for the customer convenience. If the washer's then price is $10, $12, $14, tapping your credit card saves a heck of a lot of time rather than going to get the quarter, put all the quarters in. So if you were to see a 5% increase just from the little uptick in 25 cents on all machines, that's a very realistic expectation. And conversely on that is it's always difficult to find the right time to raise your vend prices. If you don't do anything to the store, if you're not adding new technology or you don't have new washers or dryers, it's hard to justify that. So when you make a major change to the store, whether that's putting in Spyderwash or buying new Alliance dryers or a whole renovation, it's the perfect time to do it. So when the customers are getting a new service, when the quality of their experience is better, that's the perfect time to increase that price. The next bullet point here is probably the one I see most prevalent talking to owners is the cycle modifier usage. So when I say cycle modifier usage, referring to if your washers have the option to charge more for hot water or for a super cycle or a heavy cycle, the CLA says that if you offer those options, those get pressed about 25% of the time, and that equates to about a 5% increase in revenue in a coin-only store. So we typically hear, again, we can't look at anyone's data. That is nothing we can see. But what we're told is that when you go from coin-only to adding Spyderwash, that number usually more than doubles. And Wayne mentioned it in his presentation, but it's a pretty well accepted psychological thing where people spend more money with credit cards or debit cards around 4 times. And it's that physical act, the tangible act of parting with an actual quarter. Putting that one more quarter in the coin drop is something that a lot of customers have a really hard time with. But when they're tapping their credit card, yeah, why not spend 25 cents for hot water? Why not do the super cycle? They're not thinking about actually parting with that money. So we see that number, what we're told, that number usually more than doubles. But for argument's sake, we'll call that a 5% increase in store revenue. So if you were to raise your vend prices by a quarter, if you were to see your cycle modifier usage go up a little bit more, that's a 10% increase right there before you even use any of these Spyderwash specific features. Next, when it comes to increasing customer loyalty and increasing new customers, customer loyalty, I mentioned we have 2 very strong loyalty programs that give customers a reason to go to your store versus going to a competitor, and then increasing the new customer base. So a lot of people, when they hear, hey, the laundromat down the street, Suds Your Duds, they're now taking credit card. I'm so sick of going and having to get $20 in quarters, but now I can use my own debit card. That's great. I'm going to go there. It's very hard for us to quantify exactly how much increase in revenue that customer loyalty and the new customers bring in. But I think it's easily safe to say about 5% right there. And the bottom two are a little even more hard to quantify, but they're also very important. And reducing collection time. So if we go back one slide here and you see the cash breakdown, they went from collecting 3 times a week down to once a week because that number is down under 1/3. So whatever dollar value you put on your time, I'm sure a lot of people that are doing a lot of collections, it's a good problem to have, collecting a lot. But I'm sure that you would like to spend more time with your family and friends and pursuing hobbies. So you'll definitely reduce collection time. Most people that put Spyderwash in tell us they see anywhere between 40 to 60% usage of credit debit versus coin. And the final one here is deterring potential competitors. And this is always sort of an awkward one to talk about, but it's got to be said. Um, we have a new generation of laundromat owners getting into the business for the first time. A lot of people are coming from outside the industry. They have worked other businesses. They're looking for an investment. They're typically not spending 60 hours a week in the store. They want it to run efficiently and as hands off as possible. And these new investors that are building stores, they're not looking at neighborhoods that have no laundromats. If there's a neighborhood that has zero laundromats, there's usually a pretty good reason for it, whether it's bad demographics or if it's utilities are an issue. Sometimes the sewer and water hookups are too high. So they're not looking for areas where there are no laundromats. They're looking for areas with soft competition. So if you're not doing things like reinvesting in technology in terms of payment systems or keeping, up to date with the newest washers and dryers, keeping the store clean and well lit, things like that. It's sad to say, but if you're not currently a target, you will be a target sooner than later for one of these new investors coming in. I will end here by saying, before I take any questions, please do come see us at the Clean Show as well. I'm glad Wayne said that. That reminded me to also include that. We have some really, really exciting new products coming out, so please stop by and we'd love to chat. So this time I'll take any questions you might have.
We do have a question.
Yes.
So this individual is asking, how new or recent does an existing Spyderwash system need to be to implement the loyalty programs and the touch kiosk integration? He said he's asking because he is looking at an acquisition that has Spyderwash card units that may be around 10 years old, and the owner right now uses it solely for payment, not customer loyalty or retention.
Yep, no issue with that. There's no backdate on it. The readers all take the loyalty card, so that can be added to any age. And to that customer, if you want to take my information, shoot me an email or give me a call. I'm happy to answer any more detailed questions about the system.
Great, thank you. All right, person says thank you. Looks like that is all of our questions. So thank you so much, John. We will now move on to the last but least presenter. So we have Mike Kuhn, who is with Standard Changemakers. Mike, if you want to go ahead and share your screen. All good?
Hang on here.
If you go to the very bottom, right, that little icon will make it full screen.
Yeah. There we go. Can you see that?
Go under view at the top, and I think you can make it full screen there because we can see all your slides.
Okay.
You see the option view at the top.
No, I'm not seeing it. It says we're sharing.
You are sharing.
Let's see here.
Right, try.
That's going on my
Can you just go ahead?
I sure can. Give me 1 second. I can drive.
Okay. Well, while she's loading that up, I will just introduce myself. My name is Mike Coons. I'm the Vice President of Sales and Marketing at Standard Changemakers, and I've been with Standard Changemakers for 22 years now, and been in the industry for 22 years. My background is sales and marketing. I've worked for several companies, family-owned companies, small businesses, and have been involved in sales and marketing for all of those companies. But just to talk a little bit today about some of our new features that we've been working on for a couple of years, as well as tell you that we're going to be at the Clean Show as well as everyone else, and that we're going to be introducing a few things at the Clean Show, and we'd love for you to stop by and take a look at everything. If you want to go down a couple slides, yeah, go to the next one. Okay, information about Standard Changemakers. We're celebrating our 70th anniversary this year. We have been in the business of designing and manufacturing change machines since 1955. We have a 67,000 square foot facility in Indianapolis, and we are not assemblers. We don't bring in OEM components and put them in a cabinet. We bring in flat sheet metal, cut it, break it, weld it, paint it, assemble it, test it, design it, and we do all that here in-house. We have a full support staff of 5 technicians that do returns and repairs, take phone calls, answer questions. We have never charged anyone for any phone call. If somebody calls the factory and wants to know, we support machines that are 30 plus years old. So that's a lot of machines that are out there. We have 2 factory sales managers, myself and Erica Howard, and we have 3 regional sales managers out in the field, Tom Kozlik in the Western U.S., Keith York in the Eastern U.S., and Robert Lazard up in Canada. So if you want to go to the next one. We have a diverse line of change machines, and you know, you've heard about a lot of the alternative payment systems out there. So I guess we're in the primary payment system. As some of them have touched on, there's still a lot of coin used in the laundry industry, and that's because nobody is taking a piece of the action. Every quarter that's in your machine goes to you. Nobody's taking a percentage of it. If they use credit card, it's all staying in your pocket. We have front load, rear load designs. All of our cabinets are made out of heavy gauge steel, 11 gauge steel. We have painted or stainless steel faceplates. And all of our hoppers are made out of steel, galvanized steel enclosures with a steel mechanism. We excuse me, we guarantee our machines for 2 years. The first year is free labor if we have to repair something. Second year, you just pay for labor, you get the parts for free, and the 2-year warranty is the longest in the industry. You want to go to the next one? The K5000 hopper is our newest hopper design. Excuse me. The classic hopper that we had for 35 years, we felt like over the years as we tweaked issues that occurred, we kind of changed a lot of the hopper. So we went back to the drawing board and took aspects of the old SC hopper that many people love and put it into the new K5000 hopper. So talking about that, we'll just flip through a couple of these screens. These are top-down views looking down into the hopper. As you can see in the classic hopper there at the bottom, there's a plastic funnel that leads down to the mechanism, which is the little steel disc down at the bottom. And then in the new K5000, we shifted that from the middle of the hopper up towards the front, and we've angled that bottom so that it's easier to feed the quarters to the mechanism. We put a steel bottom in it. And one of the reasons we changed that was that the plastic funnel over time, as people poured quarters into it, would crack and cause some quarters to escape. So we decided to get away from that funnel and adapter ring assembly and go to this one-piece assembly. If you go to the next, we'll show you a close-up. The top is the classic hopper assembly with the funnel and the adapter ring sitting on a dispense mechanism. And then the bottom picture shows the new K5000 assembly. And you can see we went to a one-piece molded adapter ring sitting over the dispense assembly. The motor is down at the bottom, whereas the motor is on the side there in the first one. If you want to go to the next one. Okay. The other thing we did was we eliminated the 3 gears that were used in the classic and went back to the 2-gear system. And each gear drives a disc. We have a 2-disc program in the hopper. There's 2 counter-rotating discs that take the quarters and then feed them into the coin chute. If you want to go to the next one. Okay. The other thing that we changed was there's a little deflector. You can see on the left, the deflector and the void plate are in the down position. That's where you always want it when you're operating the hopper. But when you dump it, you want to get those deflectors and void plates up so you get all the coins out. But these things are in the hopper design because it helps take some of the weight off the top of the mechanism, and that makes it more efficient in its dispense. The other thing that we have in our programming with the dispense mechanism is if you get a jam in that mechanism, it automatically reverses the direction trying to free up that jam. So this is one of those 2 things together help keep the hopper moving and dispensing. So it really takes a lot to jam up a hopper. Usually what they find when they have a jam down there is something like a paper clip or a staple or a bent quarter got into the hopper, and that's what caused the jam. And the next thing is the last improvement that we found when we were doing this design work is that we reduced what we call the nubs on the primary disc. And you can see the picture, the top classic picture, that nub is taller. And what we discovered is because of the height of that nub that we were pushing quarters through the seam of that adapter ring and funnel. And so that's how quarters were escaping. Eventually, they would wear out that seam and get through. So what we did in both the Classic and the K5000 is reduce the height of those nubs so that the quarters can't push out against the adapter ring anymore. Go on to the next one. What does this mean for you? Well, we're eliminating quarters leaking from that 2-piece design, and you're allowed now to pour quarters onto a steel bottom, which is going to make the hopper last longer, better return on your investment. And as I said earlier, we work on products that are 30 plus years old. So hopefully you'll have these for 30 plus years, and my kids will be working on them. So the next thing is our EF Plus module. This design has been around since about 2017, and we continue to improve it. What it is in the MC series changers, the hopper is the brains. Everything is stored in the hopper, and the the EF Plus module takes over as the brains. So the hoppers talk to the EF and take directions from the EF. It has all of the diagnostic, programming, and auditing functions stored so that you can see them on the LCD display that's on the unit. It has a menu-driven system where you go left and right and up and down, which is why you see the arrows. And you can input different things using the number keypads down at the bottom. But the key, if you go to the next one, the key part of the EF Plus is it has an Ethernet port. And all you do is connect a Cat5, Cat6 Ethernet line into the EF Plus module and into your network router. You don't have to do any programming to the network router, port forwarding or anything like that. It just piggybacks off your Ethernet connection to send email and text alerts. So you can enter up to 6 email addresses or SMS text addresses, and you can say what reports you want sent to those addresses, as far as you want to email a daily audit report, or you want to get a text if the machine is out of service. So it will send those messages to your cell phone or to your email. So you can check it every day. And it's not a CSV file, it's just a simple text. So if you store them and want to transfer them to an Excel spreadsheet or something, you can keep better track of your daily audits. The next one. This is just an example of what the email looks like on a what we call a summary audit. A summary audit just tells you revenue in and revenue out, making sure that it balances. So it's pretty simple. A detailed audit will give you a breakdown of how many coins were dispensed from each hopper, how many bills are in each stacker box based on the denomination of the bill. If you want to go to the next one. This is a detailed audit report for a credit card machine. And you can see the revenue in, and then on our credit card machines, we have selection buttons that have certain packages. And selection 1, 2, 3, 4 shows how much those packages are worth, how many times it was chosen. And I think this was a ticket machine, a credit card to ticket machine. So at the end, 127 tickets were dispensed. The EF Plus module also has what we call a quick email and a quick print button. So if somebody that, like if you need an attendant or a service person to get into the machine, all you would have to do is once they open it, if they push the number 1 button on the EF Plus module, it will send an email of what the audit is in the machine at that particular time with a time and date stamp. If you have a printer, like a portable audit printer or receipt printer, by pushing 0, it will print a detailed audit report as well. As far as programming the EF Plus module, there's a video on our YouTube channel and on our website. And this is, if you want to click it, it's just a real quick.
Trying to click and it doesn't seem to be.
Okay. Anyway, you can go to our website and you will see this video. If you check out Standard Change Makers on YouTube, you'll also see it. We can go on to the next one. The bottom line is you can see audits in the machine. Otherwise, you can see the diagnostic reports, error reports. Without the EF Plus module in your machine, you're looking at flashing lights on the hopper board and having to count these flashing lights, which is a little bit tedious. So the EF Plus is really worth the investment. It gives you a lot of information, and you can share that with yourself remotely. So it's really a good product and has, like I said, it's been around for a while, so the technology is proven. We want to go to the next one. At the Clean Show, we are going to be introducing a couple of new products. The first one is our new MC700 Tall, which we're putting one of our popular models in a steel stretcher, making it taller because we recognize that we have a gap in our front load machines. When we went to our K5000 hopper, in front load machines especially, we had to shorten the hopper, so we lost about $100 in change because of that angled bottom. And so that really showed us that in between our MC100 and 200 machines, which are introductory products, you have about 5,600 quarter capacity, and then we jump up to 12,000 or 18,000 quarter capacity in our MC800 series. So that big jump, we felt like that was too big of a hole, and we decided to make our MC700 series just a little bit taller so that we could put either 3,200 or 5,200 quarter hoppers inside those machines. So we're going to be introducing the MC720 DA Tall and 720 Tall at the Clean Show. The other thing that we're working on is, and this is based on a lot of people asking sales and service people, is there a way to reset the machine remotely? And that is the result of a lot of owners who live, 45, 60 minutes away from one of their laundries. And they were just there, and they get home and they sit down and somebody calls and says the change machine is out of service. And so that means letting someone into your machine or having to go back or just ignore it until the next day. We're going to introduce a app that will allow you to log into the machine, see real-time audit reports. We're going to allow you to reset the machine remotely. And we could also, the part that we're really working on is if somebody says they were shortchanged or they didn't get paid on a bill insert, be able to look at the audit, see if it's off, and then force vend a certain number of coins from the hoppers. That's a work in process, but we hope to have the sandbox version of it available at the Clean Show. And we will be in booth 2937, and we'd love to show it off to you. And this is my contact information. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to me. I'd love to answer any questions that you have. And thank you, Danielle, for great driving.
No problem. All right, I'm going to stop sharing so I can see the question box. Anyone have questions for Mike, or really at this point, questions for any of our presenters today? Give it just a little bit to see if there's any last questions. Lots of good things to come at the Clean Show, it looks like. So, all right. Well, I just have a couple last minute upcoming events. So I'm going to share my screen real quick. Just take a couple seconds. All right. So we have a few upcoming virtual events. So for anybody who is attending today who is in that stage where you're still looking to get into the industry, we do a monthly webinar on how to start a laundromat. Our president and CEO, Brian Wallace, presents, and he usually has a store owner guest. So we just had one yesterday. So the next one will be July 8th from 11 to 12:30. We also have a women's laundry network for any women who are in the industry. We do monthly webinars for that as well. The one coming up in July, at the Clean Show, we are going to have a women's laundry network luncheon. Our speaker will be Dr. Wendy Borlabi. She is the sports psychologist for the Chicago Bulls. So we're going to do a little preview with her on July 9th. So even if you can't attend the luncheon, you're welcome to attend this fireside chat. She's going to talk to us a little bit about herself, how she became a sports psychologist, and just overcoming some challenges. So speaking of the Clean Show, many of you have probably attended before, and you know that it is a long lot of days, lots going on. So in addition to all of our presenters here and all of the other hundreds of exhibits, CLA does do some activities to try to bring those in the laundry industry together for networking. So we're starting off something new this year on Friday, August 22nd. We're going to do a laundromat tour. So you'll hop on a bus and go through 4 laundromats in the Orlando area. On Saturday, our Laundry Cares Foundation will be hosting a luncheon so that you can learn more about how you can work with your community. I mentioned we are doing the Women's Laundry Network luncheon with our speaker on Sunday afternoon. Sunday night, we will be celebrating our 65th anniversary. I guess not as many years as ESD, but we're getting up there close. So we will do a large reception at the Rosen Center Hotel. And then Monday, again, a little wine and dessert happy hour for women in the industry. So lots going on. Most of these things require registration. So if you want to go to this website, you'll also see the education sessions that we're doing every morning. All right, so with that, again, if you join late, this was recorded. It will go on our YouTube channel probably tomorrow. I want to thank all of our presenters today. Lots of great information. I learned a lot, I know. So I thank you all for participating. And I hope to see you all at the next event and the Clean Show. So have a great afternoon.